IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM.
Daily.
Hello everybody, welcome to IVM Daily. My name is Navin and I'm back from vacation. I just went for a week to Goa and people still ask me, why would you still go to Goa? And I asked myself the same question before going. But I had simply the best trip overall because I got a great place to live with my friends. I lived in Asagaon, and joining me today on the recording with us is Pradeep from Goa. Pradeep, hi.
Hi. Good evening, everybody.
So Pradeep, tell us about yourself.
I'm Pradeep. Basically, I'm from mountains, from Himachal, and living here in Goa from last 14 years now.
Okay. And Pradeep, I'd like to thank you first of all because the group that we were with, all of us were like gay men, and you were very open-minded about that. Like a lot of people usually are very skeptical about letting queer people stay, but you were really open about letting us enjoy our space over there. So I would like to thank you for that first of all. But while we were there, we had a very interesting conversation, Pradeep, about how white tourists are slowly fading away from Goa's scenario. While it was a main turning point in the beginning for Goa, where white people would come in and bring in their money. Right now, you're facing a problem. So can you elaborate on that?
So see, there are a lot of issues right now going on in Goa, So for example, the locals stay here and Goa is their home. Yeah. So first thing I found, the reason why the Western crowd, the Western beautiful people, they have stopped come to Goa. So the locals in Goa, it's very, very simple. They are not respecting Goa at the moment. They are just using Goa.
So you mean to say the locals are not taking care of Goa? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. See, it's everywhere. Even I'm not talking, I'm not criticizing over here about any locals.
Okay.
But since Goa is a home of every locals, so if this is our home, we have to respect it. We have to take care of Goa, yeah?
Exactly.
In the same way, if we are taking care of Goa, so in Goa, there comes millions of people comes to Goa. So we have to, the same way, we have to take care of those people also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happening in Goa, since the tourism place and stuff, yeah? So people are not respecting the others also. This is a big problem here at the moment.
Yeah,
and due to this, a lot of issues coming. For example, the Western people, they used to come to Goa. And right now, since the locals are not taking care of Goa and not respecting Goa, you see in Goa right now, everywhere you can see garbage.
Correct. Because over the past 5 years since I've been coming, I've noticed a gradual decline in the care taken to keep the areas clean. So there'll be patches of area where you're driving and you can smell garbage dumping areas and people are just not taking care of it. For a second, I'm back in Bombay. You know what I'm saying? In terms of how the locals and the Indians who are coming there to travel are just they'll come with their big families, carry paper plates and thermocol plates and just toss it on the beach and then just move around, And the Westerners are watching it. I was talking about with my friends as well. When I went to Arambol this time, and Arambol has a sweetwater lake where you have to trek and you have to walk for a while and you go there, and you overall find people who are foreigners there because they are they're well versed with how the beaches are cleaner on this side. But over there was one guy who was with his group and he was just he was vomiting in the water, very knowingly vomiting in the water, and people were just very grossed out by it. And so for them to come back to that scenario again is they'll have that memory for a very long time that some Indian guy and one of the other guys from that group tried to steal another guy's a white guy's specs, so he actually swam out from the water and told him don't do that. So while we talk about Aditi Devo Bhava and taking care of our guests, there's clearly a major gap between understanding what we should treat our guests like and how we should treat our own vacation spots like.
Exactly. See, for that reason, Westerns, if any Western still comes to Goa or other part of India, Westerns are always very, 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 generous people, and they really do respect Goa or a bit anywhere, if they go to India,
True.
they really respect the place because they comes to Goa. For example, they used to come to Goa. I can say 10 years back. There was like 100% Western people. They used to come to Goa, and right now it decreased, and I think we are having about 30%.
Okay,
It decreased at it decreased
massive
at
drop.
the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So for that reason, see, another reason we can say, few years back, what was there? So a lot of Western people, they used to come to Goa, and whatever place they used to stay, for example, hotels or houses or locals or tents or wherever,
Mm-hmm.
So, from the house to the beach, they used to go to walking. And Western people, of course, if they are going for the swim in the water, whether it's a girl, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, they used to walk in bikinis or in swimming trunks. Yeah. And it is also become a very, very major issue right now in Goa because of we Indian tourists.
Mm-hmm. We like to ogle and we like to pass comments and
yes.
Shyly take photos as well. I've noticed this is a very common thing where people come with their DSLRs and then basically in the the facade of taking somebody else's photo, click a white woman's photo while she's in her bikini.
Absolutely. So see, this seems a very, very common thing for us Indians, for us we from India, but it can be a very big thing for that particular women. Whether if we understand and we respect that old saying of our ancestors that Atithi Devo Bhava, how can we prove that Atithi Devo Bhava? Whether we are just waiting those Westerns comes to Goa and we want to fulfill our fantasies. That's what the Indian tourists are doing over there in Goa at the moment.
And if you're not exploiting them by taking pictures or passing lewd comments, then sometimes people even extort money from them, in terms of the shopkeepers or even like normal drivers, So they are smart enough. They've done their research before coming here. They're not like foolish enough to like just spend like 1,000 rupees on a bike ride. So even they are smart. So when they come, they feel like I spoke to a lot of foreigners also while I was on this trip, and they spoke highly of all the metropolitan cities because there nobody tries to fool them. But here because they know that the main source of income is tourists, people try to extend a little bit. So that's the second reason, as you were saying. What is the third reason that the tourist decline has happened?
The business people who are coming from all over from India, which are Indians. For example, a lot of people coming from Delhi, from Mumbai, from Bangalore, or some other big cities, from Indian cities. So somehow, see, those people, we should not criticize them. Of course, I never will criticize anybody. So this is respectable people when they comes from Delhi, for example, if they coming to Goa, and if they have some ideas to do some business over here in Goa, it's not a problem. We have that right. We can go anywhere in India. We can do that, of course. But these big business people, they comes to Goa. What they're doing, for example, I have seen in my eyes from this 5 years, chopping thousands of trees. So see, I have to make a very good relation with the locals. I have to make a good relation with the nature over here. I have to respect Goa.
Exactly.
This is what the first thing should be there. Otherwise, people coming from whatever place they comes here to Goa, if they can't respect Goa, how can they be happy in such a place? How can they explore the beauty?
They're leaving a messed up site for the others who are going to come after them, basically. So, Pradeep, my question is, has the local government body taken any measures to curb this now?
Local government, what the dramas is going on in the country at the moment about the politics. As I am recently, I have met some of the ministers over here. So when I had a discussion with them, but they were not really serious about that because I had requested a very simple thing. See, For example, next to my place, even there is about, I think, a minimum. There will be plus 200 family over there. Yeah, with the hotels or business people or the family or the villages.
Correct.
So it's a very, very simple thing. The government, because of tourism or our government is not really poor. Yeah. Yeah. So here the politicians and all the ministers, they are really not serious about that. Yeah. So for example, in this particular place, they have put, I think it will be maximum 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet bin over there for plus 200 families over there. It's like a drop in the ocean. Yeah. So I have met these people and I meet them and I have the discussion with them. Yeah. So I requested them, they have to make the proper bins place. They have to put the proper bins as we have bins like in Western countries. Yeah. For the wet, for the dry, for the food, for the everything.
Just segregate the garbage basically. Yeah.
So if we put all these things in a very system, so people will definitely understand. Otherwise people, they think that roadside so and so place, it's just a garbage place, and people even don't stop their vehicles, their car or their bikes or stuff. They're just running, they go driving, and they are throwing.
Yeah,
they are just throwing. Yeah. So they don't care really. The ministers or the locals or the hotel people, they want it to be depends. They are expecting that they never should come to their house and collect their garbage. It is not really possible.
But that's quite depressing to hear, man. So, do you think there'll be some change in the near future now?
If the situation will be like that because of the politics and everything, I don't think it will change. Goa will be more worse, definitely.
Goa will become like Rishikesh.
Yes, and it's I will tell you a simple example. For example, people over here in Goa, they are saying that we are having the weather changing, the climate changing. Definitely, we would face such problem. For example, the Goa government, they are making the new airport in Goa now.
Correct.
So for that reason, they have chopped 22,000 trees.
Wow. The government did that.
Yes, because so and so permission or whatever, it comes from the government. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So of course, we are living in the modern era.
Yeah.
We need such things.
Private contractors over nature and ecological balance, of course.
Yeah. So you can imagine 22,000 trees just for the airport, and you imagine, I think plus 20,000 or plus maybe between 20 to 50,000 trees are getting chopped every year in Goa.
For houses and other resorts,
Yeah. So it's because of the tourists or the business people or the locals or some other people who have some dream to fulfill, and they comes to Goa. So everybody's saying here in Goa now, Goa has become another Dubai for the Indians now.
Yeah. It's a cheaper place to go to and invest and now basically exploit the place. And just like Dubai, I hope that they don't turn it into like a barren land where there's no trees, because that is what the country is all about. They have sand, but they still made it happen. But here right now, our biggest asset in Goa is that it's nature's little bountiful joy, and slowly it's depleting. And because of people's greed, we see it deteriorating even more.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Pradeep, for joining us. Your concerns are really genuine, and I thank you for fighting the good fight. I hear that you're heading some movements, trying to bring change over there, and I wish you luck.
No problem.
Yeah, and next time I'm there, I'll again come and see you, and we'll talk about this in length.
Always my pleasure, not a problem. Thank you very much to connect me for the beautiful conversation.
Sure thing, Pradeep, anytime. So that was Pradeep from Goa telling us why he feels that Goa's tourism climate is slowly becoming worse and worse. Dear listeners, if you have any experiences from your recent trip to Goa, do write to us and tell us. And maybe together we can make something happen. We can drive the government to change the situation there. Thank you so much for listening in. This is IVM Daily. You can check out IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Write to us. I'm House of Narona on Twitter. Bye. He bends down to test the warm water for his bath. He comes here to quench his thirst for a hot shower and some podcasts. You can witness how he enjoys having other people talk about cool stuff in his bathroom. Indeed, it helps him with his loneliness. You can find more of his species on ivmpodcast.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.